What is phishing? Phishing is the act of attempting to acquire information such as usernames, passwords, and credit card details, which indirectly includes money, by pretending to be a trustworthy entity in electronic communication. They communicate through popular social websites, auction sites, banks, online payment processors, or IT administrators. Further in this video, you'll learn how to protect yourself if this happens to you, what can happen to you if this happens, and, most importantly, how they do this.
Phishing and how it works. The classic setup for a phishing operation is to have a clone site which acts as a middleman between the user and the actual site. Here the site takes in information the user believes that they're entering to a real site and stores it, along with sending that information to the actual site. The user is then redirected to the real site and they'll never know that their information has just been stolen. Getting a user to the site is where the attacker often gets creative. Without getting into too much detail as to how these methods work, we're low on time and we don't really want to confuse you, we're just going to list a couple ways that someone might get redirected to a phishing site. Firstly, you have email spoofing. This is a pretty common one and you might have seen it before. You get an email that's pretending to be from a site like your bank and is demanding you do something like change your password. It often gives you a link that you have to click, which will lead you right to the phishing site. Then you have DNS attacks. These attacks include such things as hijacking, DNS poisoning, exploiting routers and swapping the DNS server that it's pointing to, or editing host files. Simply put, these methods take control or alter the domain name service, or DNS for short. Think of it like a contacts list on your phone. On your phone, you have a contacts list. This list contains a bunch of names and each name is linked to a number. When you want to call somebody, you just click on their name and the phone handles looking up the number and calling that person for you. This is probably why a lot of people don't even remember their own home phone numbers anymore, because they haven't had to call their home manually in a while. Anyways, this is kind of like how a DNS server works. A lot of people don't know this, but when you type a URL to a site, that URL actually means nothing. Each site is hosted on a server and this server has an IP address. That's the only way to connect to it. It's up to the DNS to take the URL that you're requesting and find the IP address that's associated with it. So when you take over or alter DNS and someone's using that DNS attempts to reach a legitimate site like PayPal.com, you can redirect them to your phishing site instead. Then we have something called text spoofing. While it's potentially fun to do something like this, it's used to seeing more and more in phishing attacks, just like the spoofed email that we were talking about earlier. Usually it's pretending you get a text that's pretending to be from a legitimate company, and it often contains a link to a site. Finally, phishing doesn't also just involve passwords and usernames. It also is possible for someone to clone a website and contain a link to what appears to be a legitimate program such as a patch, but instead it's actually malware such as a backdoor program or a Trojan horse. It's a trap! And that is how phishing works.
Phishing continues to be one of the biggest threats to personal and network security, definitely beginning itself as the most widespread online fraud technique. Those same experts predict phishing attacks will become increasingly complex. Today, these messages are carefully crafted to impersonate known and trustworthy organizations through standard emails. It's the appearance of the legitimacy that makes phishing so successful. Very word phishing comes from hackers that use emails to phish for passwords and financial data from the sea of internet users. This is rooted in theory called social engineering, whereby hackers are literally trying to observe engineer user behaviors by tricking users. In the corporate world, one simple mistake could cost the entire network, spark financial fraud, or even lead to industrial spying. Most traditional phishing schemes revolve around false emails. This message leads users to counterfeit websites designed to trick them to exposing data such as credit card numbers, passwords, and private corporate information. By hijacking brand name of banks, electronic retailers, and other trusted sites, phishers often convince their receivers to respond. A related problem dubbed farming misdirects users to fraudulent sites or proxy servers, typically through DNS hijacking or poisoning. Sometimes phishing even involves spyware, which downloads keyloggers to steal information directly from users. A new trend of phishing attacks is sent via SMS. This attacks cell phones. These messages include a URL which, if clicked, downloads a Trojan that could allow a web-enabled phone to be controlled by hackers. There have also been reports of familiar attacks on IM services such as Yahoo and America Online, especially when users click a message about the legitimacy of their accounts. They unintentionally download keyloggers that could track anything they type moving forward. From this, a new development has emerged, which is phishing, which uses VoIP instead of misdirect linked. to steal information from its users. In this form of phishing, users receive automated phone calls informing them about a problem with their credit card. The first call implores users to dial a separate number and enter their credit card information to fix the problem. The second number dials into software that can recognize telephone keystrokes. Many times, phishing even plants spyware on user machines. Considering how many businesses are turning into VoIP these days, the danger has the potential to become an epidemic among many.
To help you protect yourself from phishing, we offer the following tips. Don't click. If your bank or credit card company sends a warning message saying that your account has been compromised and you need to click through an email link to verify your account information, don't. Banks and credit card companies don't communicate that way. If there's a problem with a bank or credit card account, they'll call you. Go direct. If you get one of these emails and are worried that there may be a real problem with your account, open up a new browser window, go directly to your bank site and sign in there. Anytime you get an email and you don't know what to do with it, forward it to reportphishing@antiphishing.org or spam@uce.gov. Another way would work is to call the credit card company and ask if anything has happened. Even because they won't lie to you. They won't say, "Oh, your account has been compromised." Because really, people call. The bank or credit card account call you instead of emailing. And finally, get security. If you don't have security on your computer, now is the time to invest in it. Good services like Norton Antivirus or McAfee will set you between $30 and $100 a year. If you compare that to the $4,500 you can lose in a phishing attack, it's a bargain.